into this race.
5,000-meter final, 25 laps of this 200-meter oval. Parker Valby, the huge favorite, and Florida needing her points if they want to contend or stay in contention for the team title.
A couple of teams with multiple athletes in the field. Alabama with 2 athletes. They have Hilda Olomomoy as well as Doris Lemon-Goulet. Oklahoma State has 2. NC State with 2. BYU with 2. And as she does, signature race strategy for Parker Valby. She is right to the front with Taylor Roe in tow. One key for Parker Valby over the last year has purely just been her consistency, staying healthy. She says she's really just learned her body over time and has really worked with Coach Will Palmer to figure out how to balance the amount of time that she is putting in workouts on the track and how much she's cross-training, does a lot of cross-training on the ARC trainer. Coach Palmer said that if she runs, it's quality running. It's the workouts that she's doing in. And of course, had a lot of fun this cross-country season as well with the team that University of Florida was able to put together. 70.3 on the opening 400 meters with Valby and Taylor Roe all alone. One thing that Valby was asked about was if she continues to balance a lot of the running and the racing with the cross-training. And she goes, no, I'm up to 90 miles a week now. It was kind of a mic drop moment, and she goes, guys, I'm kidding. No, my training's been the same that it's been to get to this point. But that's an indication of kind of how much fun that she's having coming into her first NCAA indoor championship appearance.
So Parker Valby has established herself up front, as she usually does. She's doing the Valby thing. Taylor Roe, the only one willing to go with her. And with 22 or 21 and a half laps remaining. And remember, Claire Bryant was toiling in anonymity besides Jasmine Moore for the last couple of seasons. As we get back to the 5,000 meters, they're on about 15-minute pace. It's Parker Valby, the senior from Florida, up front, the junior from Florida, I should say. She has slowed things down a little bit. Taylor Roe of Oklahoma State, she's a senior, with the 4th best time in collegiate history, has been marking her from the beginning. Perfectly happy with the pace that Parker is setting. And then there's probably 20 meters to 25 meters back to the chase pack of 3.
They were at 3 minutes through the 1,000 meter mark, the most recent 400. We'll see what it comes up on as they hit this marker, but it was 73.8 on that previous one. There you see the Alabama teammates working in tandem, Doris and Hilda. Georgetown up in there in the thick of it as well.
Chloe Scrimgeour of Georgetown, the sophomore.
Taylor Roe doing a fantastic job of attaching herself to Parker Valby, knowing exactly how Valby likes to run and the fact that she would make this race honest. Roe has done a lot for Oklahoma State in her career. She has run and doubled back from distance events and been part of distance medley relays for them as well. Dave Smith said this time we wanted to give Taylor an opportunity to focus on her individual events, make the most of what she can do at an NCAA championship. Said that she is ready, loves to win, and really wants a win in this senior year. Obviously got a taste of it 2 seasons ago. She is highly motivated coming into this meet. When she smashed that school record earlier this season, it was a school record by an impressive 12 seconds and one of the fastest times in NCAA indoor history.
And she has some, Taylor Roe, she has some finishing speed. She's second currently, but she has, when she won the NCAA 3,000 championship a couple of years ago, she closed in 33.13 and 32.91. So she's got good finishing speed. If she can hang in here with Parker Valby, she could give her a run for the money over the last 400 meters.
Through 2K at 6:03. So they did pick up just a little bit, dropped below 73 seconds on that most recent 400 split that we saw, 72. 0.5. Yeah, you mentioned great closing speed from Taylor Roe. Parker Valby has that as well, as you saw when she dropped down in distance and ran the mile leg of the DMR. The night before, she ran the 3,000 and had to win SECs from the slower section. Did not have a mark to qualify for NCAAs in the 3,000. So had a fresh 4:31 mile split on the DMR, came back the next day and set a meet record in the 3,000.
So the second K was 3 seconds slower than the first K. They were on 15-minute pace through 1K, but now they're more like 15:10, 15:12. But this is not about records, this is about championships. Valby already has the record from way back in early December, 4 months ago.
And it's been a while since she's had someone race with her this long.
"12 laps remaining, and it's been the same since the beginning. Parker Valby, the junior from Florida, leading over Taylor Roe, the senior from Oklahoma State.
Really consistently now clocking those 72.5s at this portion of the race. It's going to be interesting to see if Valby throws in any sort of a bigger surge to try to get separation. I would imagine that Taylor Roe is pretty comfortable just hanging out exactly where she is, knowing she can rely on that closing speed. One of the things you can't do is fall asleep in that middle portion of the race or lose any bit of contact. And speaking of contact, the Alabama duo has done a great job of sitting in third and fourth position. So if either of those athletes up front drop pace, certainly Alabama is in good position to make a run at second. If they start to drop off this pace that they have held, 72.7 seconds was the most recent 400, so hanging out right there in those mid 72s. 6:03 through 2,000. We're now awaiting the 3,000 meter split as they have 10 laps to go. 9:04 through 3K.
So they picked up that third kilometer, ran it in 3:01. So this is lifetime best territory for Taylor Roe, who comes in with a 15:12.71 from last month, just about exactly a month ago.
She's been in fantastic form this indoor season. At the conference meet, the Big 12 meet, she set the meet record in the 5,000, 15:32.03, previously held by Iowa State's Lisa Cole. So she has just been on a roll this entire indoor season, and that's something that, you know, Dave Smith said is just to her credit. She's come in motivated, come in determined to put herself in the position you're seeing her right now, because a lot of people probably didn't think that anyone could hang with Parker Valby because of how impressive she has been over the last year.
Eight laps remaining, 1,600 meters to go. And this group in front has about a 50-meter lead, 55-meter lead over the Alabama duo of Doris Lemgale and Hilda Olamamoy, who we saw a couple weeks ago at the SEC meet.
Valby was not shy at all in the media availability either, saying that she prefers cross country over track because in track she feels like she's on a hamster, like a hamster on a wheel. She said that at cross country it keeps her mind occupied, but certainly feels like that the competition she's gotten from Taylor Roe is keeping her mind occupied as they have quickened things significantly, dropping down to a 71 flat. Last 400 meters. This is where Parker Valby's going to see if she can get some separation.
Which there's more separation than there has been in the previous 15 laps. But Roe still hanging in there. Valby is making her suffer, making her work. Now the gap gets a little bit bigger. 6 laps remaining. They'll be coming up on the 4,000 meter mark when they go past the start-finish line the next time. Now the separation is serious, and you can see Roe's turnover has slowed.
15:03 is the pace they are currently on, which would be a meet record, a significant meet record if Parker Valby holds on to the pace that she is. We noted that record at the beginning of this race, 69.3 the last 400 meters. And here's the thing. When Parker Valby throws in a surge like this, she's one of those who can sustain it. She has this unique and rare ability to have that type of strength where at portions of the race that people cannot continue to uphold a pace or they struggle to change gears because the fatigue sets in. That's where Parker Valby's at her best.
She may very well be going for the collegiate record. She has dropped it to 12 minutes for 4,000 meters, which means she went 2:56 for the last K. She does that again, and she's right at her collegiate record, and she appears to be picking up the pace that she has completely dropped Taylor Roe. Kudos to Taylor Roe for hanging with her for as long as she did, but she really, Parker Valby really made her suffer.
Coach Will Palmer said that that 5K outdoor title was so formative because it cemented her belief in her ability. They made a lot of growth from that in knowing what she's capable of. And now they've been more savvy in both training and in racing.
Let me remind you that the collegiate record by Parker Valby is 14:56.11. She's going to obliterate a meet record from an extremely good runner from back in the early 2000s, Kim Smith of Providence, at 15:14.18. Valby coming out now with 2 laps remaining and shows no signs of slowing and looks very determined.
It seems like that the bigger her, the bigger her gap gets, just the more strength she's continuing to gain from it by that separation that she continues to put on the rest of the field. 69 seconds for that most recent 400 meters.
She's definitely going for it. She's at 14:55 pace now. She keeps this up, and that would break her collegiate record. She just needs to definitely get by these runners that she's going to be lapping. A 36-second last lap will do it. And she had a 34-second penultimate lap. Parker Valby, the junior from Florida, already collegiate record holder, the only collegian to ever break 15 minutes. She's going to do it again and more. And she breaks her collegiate record down to 14:52.78. And wins the race by well over 100 meters. 100 meters that she gained in the last 4 laps of this race.
As the stakes get higher, she only gets better. There she is awaiting Taylor Roe to congratulate her on a phenomenal competition, phenomenal race. Her last splits, 4:38 final mile of a 5,000. That last 468.7 seconds. And all smiles.
To her credit, Taylor Roe almost set her lifetime best. She ran 15:15.01. Her lifetime best is 15:12.71, so she gave it a valiant effort, but there was just way too much Parker Valby to overcome.
A commanding race. We have seen her run out front and run all by herself, but this was unique to have someone go with her through the majority of the race. She rose to the occasion, bettering her own collegiate record, crossing the line comfortably as she does it, and she will be back in the 3,000 meters tomorrow.